The chat is now going off. Some people are saying good morning.
Good morning.
And I'm turning you on to the, we're going live. Whoa, you're far
Live.
now. You're far away in the poppy
Am I
field.
too far away?
No,
Do I need to be
you can see what it's
closer?
on your screen is what's on my screen.
Oh.
And they're like, Anna, OMG, Mom.
Hello, children.
Hello, chatters.
Where did the lime juice go? Hold on, I think I'm missing something.
You
I'll
guys,
be right back.
You guys are. She joined us for a moment, and now she's gone. I'm turning this on as a test to make sure that I can bring other people onto the stream. And who better to test it out with than our very own barista? Wait, not barista, bartender.
No, bartender right now.
You're not a you're a barista sometimes. I'm more of a barista than you are.
Yes, but you also weren't a bartender once upon a time for a very short time.
So
I was a bartender for a month.
They love stories. You want to tell them about your bartender?
Okay.
Scenario?
So I went to bartending school.
Oh, P.S. Immediately, let's see who is a spaghetti yam said goth bartender.
No, my bartending job was the worst though. I went to a bartending school and then I went to
explain bartending school.
It was like set up like a bar, but not with like the real alcohol in it. And then you learn how to like count while you're pouring a drink in order to pour, one shot or a shot and a half or 2 shots. And then, so that way you don't have to like measure it out. You can just count it. You learn all of the different drinks that you can make. And then you get a certificate. And so I did that. And then
I love this looks like I'm in a weird cave and you're in a poppy field, but we're just like right next door. I mean, we're literally over there.
Right. I am 1 floor up from you.
Yeah. Anyway, so you learned your mixtures. You learned that tequila is a mean drink, violent
Correct.
drunk.
Yeah, although I don't know if I would agree with that. I don't know.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Gin is a grumpy drink. Drunky. Anyway. So I learned all of that stuff and then I didn't actually bartend for very long. I had a bartending job at a bar that was connected. It was a Denny's that had a bar in it that was connected to like this place called Carriage Inn. And it was awful because the people who were sleeping at it's like a like budget motel, and it was mostly like kind of like a lot of rough around the edges, like truck drivers who were just coming through town. And it wasn't a great experience for me because they would come into the bar at the Denny's and like order your typical, like Denny's cheesy breads and whatever. What else? Moons over Miami.
Moons over Miami. I'm looking away because number one, I've heard this story. I lived the story, and number two, I'm checking the stream quality of you.
We were dating.
Yeah, we were dating at the time.
At the time. So they would get like super drunk because they were right there with their inn. And then their room was right there, so they didn't have to drive that night. And then I'd have to like be escorted to my car. Like the whole thing was just not a great situation. So I lasted a month. I quit, and then I was like, bartending's not for me. But I'm fun at a party, I guess.
Yeah, and Anna. One thing that happens is that Anna always, not always, Anna often times orders a very like obscure drink. If we're at a place that's going to serve like, going to be able to make it, she's like, well, people are like, I'll have a wine, I'll have beer. And it's like, I'd like a salty dog. And they're like, what the hell is a salty dog?
It's a very easy drink to make.
It is, but you always have to explain it. Like not like 3/4 of the time you have to explain it.
Right, because the bartender is like, "What is that?"
Yeah, they never know.
Or a brandy Alexander was
That's
my
always a
favorite
good
for
one.
a very long time.
That's a good one.
Like an old timey drink, say?
Yeah, it's a drink from the 20s. See?
Brandy Alexander. I feel like
they are asking a bunch of the people in the chat are asking, what are you mixing right now? Uh-oh. Did I lose audio? Well, hold on, Anna. Hold on. What happened? We lost you. Oh, you're back.
You lost me?
Yeah, now you're back. That was weird.
Okay. Am I back? Okay.
Yeah, your audio cut out.
It's a spicy cucumber margarita.
Ah, got it. Okay. Spicy
just
cucumber.
a little nightcap.
Nice.
In my pretty green, I mean, it's a green drink, but in my pretty green.
Yeah, the glasses have.
See it.
It did a green screen.
You can't see my drink because of the green screen.
Well, right now it looks like a baseball or something. Yeah.
Can I take off my
No, you're fine. You can see
my
it.
background.
We can see
Should I leave my background on?
No, leave your background. Your background's perfect.
My poppy fields.
Yeah.
That was a nice day.
It was. How's the drink?
It's delicious. It's refreshing.
What did
over to the puzzle. I'm gonna work on the puzzle.
What did we give you? What did the family give you for Mother's Day? What was the big gift that came late?
Big gift that came late?
Yeah.
Oh, flowers was my anniversary, not Mother's Day. It was Animal Crossing, which is really great.
Yeah.
That makes me want to play Animal Crossing right now.
Well, that's what I'm about to do. I'm going to turn this stream off for a second and make a couple adjustments, and then I'm going to stream some Animal Crossing. And I would say that Anna would join me on the Animal Crossing tonight, but we haven't tested that out, the online connection, the online jump to each other's island. And I don't want to do it and screw it up live on
stream. And I think that I need to get my account set up properly for that, because I think that my account is under your account.
Oh, you don't even have the online. You don't even have Nintendo Switch Online, which you need to get because you can have all the old NES games. That's part of the deal, and that's part of what I love about it. You just got called a noob. Actually, they called me a noob. Now that I think about it, it wasn't you; it was me. You're a noob at Animal Crossing. I'm a noob at streaming.
I am a noob in Animal Crossing. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm really good at Skyrim, though.
You are much better at Skyrim than me. The fans in the chat obviously, I was going to say declared, but they've acknowledged the obvious fact that you are cooler than me.
And they don't know us very well.
They're also doing this like they're you know how children like try out like pushing a boundary. They're trying this new thing where they go they okay boomer me, and you can't okay boomer me.
You know what's really weird is that you and I are having a conversation and people are watching that conversation and you're getting to see how they respond to the conversation.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't see any of that.
Yeah.
It's just me in our kitchen working on a puzzle, drinking a margarita. I mean,
You're living life right now.
I
Yeah,
am
it's super rich.
living.
Yeah, just a reminder, this is not the kind of thing that we normally do. This is not us being normal. This is me testing out to make sure I can video chat with you or with a person and do it on my stream, and you can hear me and I can hear you, and it all works. So that's the reason
You
we did
mean
that.
we don't video
We
chat
don't
like this?
FaceTime or Zoom each other or whatever, or Skype each other in the house. No. Yeah. Okay.
We've done it plenty of times though. Like
yeah, on tour.
I feel like tour actually really prepared me for social isolation.
Oh, totally.
Because just being home alone all the time and being like, oh, well, at least I get to see his face on FaceTime. That's now how I feel like all of my friends, or all of our friends.
This is weird because it's almost like it's an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I feel like should I interview?
Do you want to ask me another question?
I mean, there are really so many. The great thing about this dynamic in terms of an interview is the best interviews are when the person conducting the interview has done their research and they really know the person that they're talking to, and they can just say, okay, like tell everybody this story, tell everybody your thoughts on this subject, and then you get to just tell the thing, and everybody watching or listening enjoys the great story that I set it up, you knock it down, and that's a great interview.
I feel like the bartending story wasn't my best story though. I feel like we didn't set me up to tell a good story.
Really? I mean, that's just, well, the thing about the bartending thing is that it's a piece of information people wouldn't have guessed. So they want, obviously now that you've said that, they want a good story.
Like a good story?
Well, I mean, really, I'm trying to, now I'm sorting through. The only problem with this dynamic is I know so many stories and some of them are inappropriate.
Inappropriate as what level? Like what our 11-year-old would say is inappropriate, or like
like, oh, they all want a goth Anna story.
I don't have, I mean, it's not, it's like the goth time of my life isn't that interesting. I wore black and I had very white face makeup, and I went to goth clubs and I danced to very late with large arm movements, because that's what you do, or what you did.
By the way,
in the 90s.
and put up like witch symbols on the ground with candles and sent me pictures of. You didn't just you didn't just go see Bauhaus. You drew witch shit.
No. That was specifically to freak out. I was living in a sorority house at the time, and we had we weren't supposed to have boys upstairs, but we did anyway. And we had this big balcony, and we decided, some of the girls were like, we want to like freak out this new group of like young new pledges that were just joining a fraternity. And so they invited them to come over, and then we did like a whole thing where like I did everybody's makeup and I lent people clothes, and then we went out onto the balcony. And
yeah, I feel like a lot of young witches are really just witches for show. Like they're witches because of the reaction to being a witch. They're not like actually trying to practice witchcraft. That's my opinion.
No.
That's my opinion. If I could be proven wrong.
But I think also too, like witchcraft is like, it's like different and more, I don't know. I feel like I know a lot of people who do like very like witchy things these days.
You think there are
like a lot of my
more?
friends.
You think there are more witches now than there used to be? Because here's the reason I ask: the world got weirder, and people went down rabbit holes on the internet and found their people. Right? They went. Oh, I didn't think that I was into breaking into a vehicle and masturbating while I hotwire it. But that's something that somebody found out that they do, and they went, "Oh, these are my people." And so
that's a great example.
I got that directly from that book that I started to read, and that book sucked, and then I didn't read it. But no, by the way, that thing that I just said, that's a real thing. In case anybody was wondering, that's an actual and there was a politician and some notable American politician who was like a running for mayor or something, and he got caught doing that, and everyone was like, "Holy crap, what a weird thing to get to do." And then the story came out. Yeah, he actually was part of like this online group of people that ran around and did that, and that was their whatever. So my point being, you find your thing that makes you feel unique, like a special, unique snowflake in the world. And there you have a small microcosm of people that are your people. And witchery seems to me, it feels like one of those things that,
I think it's bigger than stealing, hot wiring cars and masturbating, though. I'm pretty sure that example.
Witchcraft, that's okay, great point. Witchcraft has got to be bigger than that.
Oh, for sure.
So many
but,
more.
I mean, I even know
like
people
10,
do, like,
100
solstice.
times more.
Right. But people do like I know quite a few people from like friends of mine that I follow on Instagram, like they'll like put their crystals out to charge them on like full moons, and they'll do like
crystals. Yeah, see, there you go. Crystal. Wait a minute. We have a friend who's a witch. We have more than one friend who's a witch, actually.
We do.
We have a friend who's a woman who has like a witch hut at the house, who's a loose friend. We don't see her.
Right.
But she's a friend. And then you have a friend who's a man who's a witch.
Well, this isn't a secret, because Augustine wrote a whole book. So Augustine Burroughs, is that who you're talking about? Yeah.
Is a witch.
He's a witch. He wrote a whole book called Toil and Trouble.
Right.
And which was a great read. I enjoyed it.
And of course they're asking, isn't that a wizard? Anna, please explain.
I can't tell you. I don't know.
I don't know why he doesn't call himself a wizard. He says witch. And by the way, my interpretation.
Sure he probably says why in the book. It's just I don't remember. Like, yeah. I read so many books. I have a very small retention factor.
Which one? You go back. Somebody also asked, aren't male witches warlocks? And according to J.K. Rowling, warlocks, the difference between wizards and warlocks is that warlocks are wizards of note or of like infamy. One or other, one or the other, or the both.
Dumbledore was a warlock.
Because he was of note.
Of note, yes.
Because he had achievements in the wizarding community. This conversation is.
There's a witch.
This is like we've really hit a new level in. I feel like I'm gonna remember this night where I live streamed a video chat with you, probably less than 30 yards away, and we talked about witchery. Oh, no, somebody said insulting Wiccans. Nobody insulted any. I didn't even say Wicca the whole time. We didn't say Wicca. Don't put words in my mouth.
I think that there's a difference too, just between like Wiccan as a religion, and then some of the different witchy things that people do. Like, I think I know people who consider themselves witches, but wouldn't consider themselves part of the Wiccan religion.
Right? There you go. Wiccan is a whole other thing. Wiccan means you live in Arizona and you like are a co-owner of like a bar or a tattoo shop, or you sell, or a music store that also sells crystals. That's
Yeah, I don't know. We've got in LA, they've got the Psychic Eye bookshop.
Where was that?
It's down on Ventura, over like in, I think maybe Sherman Oaksy.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking it was the one. I thought it was the one
there.
where in like Studio City. What was that weird place with like the axe in the roof? Was that a huge axe?
Gosh, where my apartment was that you moved into 3,000 years ago. That was in North Hollywood. That was on oh crap, it was right up the street from Blockbuster Video. It was on the corner of Lancashire, maybe. It's not there anymore. I've driven past. I don't even remember the name of that store, but it was literally on the corner of Otsego, which was the street that that apartment building was on, and I want to say Lancashire. But
what did they do? What was that place called?
I don't know, but it had it wasn't like a sign with a painted on axe. It literally had like a huge, like 3-dimensional axe on the outside of the store. God, I wish I could remember the name of it. But anyway, yeah, it was, that was, what was interesting is when I lived in that neighborhood, it was kind of like a little bit of a beat up neighborhood. It was like what I could afford coming out of college with several student loans and making ends meet, like 2 jobs at once. But now they've redone that whole area. Like then it was like North Hollywood and it was pretty shady. And now it's like NoHo.
Oh, somebody said Iliad Bookstore.
Iliad Bookstore was right up the street from that. So yes, there was
Odyssey
Video.
Odyssey Video was that big.
But this was
scummy...
a different store that wasn't attached to either of those. It was specifically like a like witchcraft and oddity store, I think is what its description was.
You know that you're hip to the whole, like that whole subculture when you call it oddities. You know enough to call it oddities. I wouldn't have thought of that word.
Oh, you know who the other male witch we know is? Tony, the guy who did my hair for years and years and years.
Yeah, he's a witch. Tony grew and gave away or sold black widows as pets.
Yeah,
he had a tank full
he bred
of black widows.
Black widows.
Yeah.
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 He also sold online vampire kits.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then he did all those like really interesting, creepy sculptures out of like finds at flea market stuff.
Yeah. He was all. By the way, like the idea of breeding poisonous, is that illegal to breed black widows?
To breed black widows? I don't know, but he had like his whole thing about that was like they're just like anybody else who's in need of love. Like that was his, which is such a sweet idea, and I was just like, yeah, no thanks on the black widows.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
Hard pass for me.
They're talking a lot about Potter houses in the chat. They said I'm definitely a Ravenclaw. I tested. I did Pottermore more than once. I tested, or I did another one that was not Pottermore.
We did way back, like
before they had it. I think
it was right. I think it was even before the movie came out. They had or it was right when the very first movie came out. Warner Brothers had a test on their movie website of what house are you in. And every time I tested, I got Slytherin. And at first I was like, I can't be Slytherin. This is terrible. But then I was like, well, I'm Slytherin. I'm just going to embrace it. But then when I did the Potter test, it said Ravenclaw for me. And then I retook it and it said Slytherin. So I was just like, you know what? All these years I thought I was Slytherin. I guess I'll just stick with it.
You got Slytherin, I mean, almost always. So I got half and half, basically, Gryffindor and Ravenclaw. So I'm a Gryffindor.
I mean, I think that it's really safe to say that neither of us are Hufflepuff.
No. The hat, this what's it called? The sorting hat would let me.
Yeah.
It lets you choose, right?
Right.
If it's
so
on,
which
if
would
you're on
you
the,
choose?
If you're on the fence.
Ravenclaw or Gryffindor?
Well, if I lived in the time of the movie, I'd choose Gryffindor just because I'd want to hang out with those people over the other people. Those were the good people.
But Ravenclaw is Luna.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot that Luna was Luna is maybe one. She might be top. Who would I? Okay, if you were to rank your favorite Potter characters, how far down the list would Luna? Luna might beat Ron for me. So Luna might be top, right? Who's you love? I love Harry. I love Hermione. But then Ron, I like Ron a lot. But Luna is so... Every time she showed up in a movie, I was like, yes, Luna. She was hysterical. It was the best character. And that girl playing her, the way she did the voice was the best.
I have to watch the... so right now they're doing the first Harry Potter book. They have different people from the movies and the plays reading chapters, and today on Twitter it showed the woman who played Luna doing hers, and she fully has the crazy sunglasses on when she starts reading, and I was like, yes,
Anna, I forgot someone. Everybody should know who my actual favorite character is. Potter. I love Snape. Snape was for sure my number one favorite character. He was the best. He was the best character. He's one of the best characters of a movie. Oh, that goes. I think didn't the guys in the band ask me to do that voice sometimes? I know the kids do. The kids ask.
Yes. Everybody asks you
to do it. It's better when I have a hood. It's actually better when you have a microphone. Because you can get close to it.
Snape is great.
Alan
but
Rickman.
McGonagall.
Oh, McGonagall. So many good performances.
So many good characters, though. Really interesting, multi-layered, great characters.
What movie are you supposed to like? What movie is Anna Shinoda supposed to like that you don't like? It's like people are like, "Oh my God, I'm so surprised that you don't like that movie."
Oh well, I don't know, but everybody's always shocked because I never saw Titanic, and it was
that's an even better. Yeah.
It was released when I was. It was at high school or college, but regardless, I was the one person who hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And then that kind of became my thing of like, yeah, I'm the one person who hasn't seen it. And so to this day, I haven't seen Titanic.
Yeah.
Which is strange for a person for our age.
Well, yeah. Titanic was like the biggest movie on the planet. And it was like, it wasn't, I don't like romance. I don't like romance films in general. And I certainly don't like blockbuster romance films. That's like,
you know which one we both hated? The Notebook. We hated that movie. Watched that.
Why did we see that?
Because friends of ours.
Did we see it with friends?
Unnamed.
Did we see it with friends?
No, they lent it to us.
And you're going to love this. It's so great.
You're going to love this. They're so in love. It's so great. And we watched it and we were like, we can never get that time back.
Fuck this shit. Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't as bad as The Happening, but Notebook was bad. Notebook didn't make my.
I wasn't. You went out to see The Happening on tour, and
I was in Berlin.
You rescued me from seeing it because I was really excited about seeing it, and then you were like, "Don't do it. You'll never get that time back."
Oh God. Yeah. Notebook, The Happening, the something movies, not so good. I think I stopped. I got apprehensive about movies that started with the word "the" after I saw both of those. It used to be The Godfather. I was like, oh, 50 Shades. Honestly, do you think Anna Shinoda would like 50 Shades? Really? Come on.
That book is unreadable.
Yeah. The thing about that is that's like, yeah. No, thank you. No,
sorry, guys. I can't.
That's yes. There's people are just reacting in the chat to. People keep saying The Matrix. You hated The Matrix? Wait, Anna, did you hate The Matrix?
No, I like The Matrix.
You like The Matrix?
No.
I really like The Matrix.
But it starts with the. Maybe they're saying,
The Matrix,
it's okay because it's The Matrix.
We didn't see The Room either, did we?
We did not see The Room.
Yeah. We didn't see The Room. We didn't see the. I love The Matrix.
You know what my all-time favorite movie is?
Harold and Maude?
If I were to ask you. Huh? No. Well, you know what? I really liked that when I was younger, and I think that I'd have a different opinion if I saw it now. But I only watch it one time of year.
Oh, Christmas Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, those are in your top 5 for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Mine are all weird. Do you know what mine? Can you pick any of mine? Seven's on there. Seven's in the top 5.
Fight Club.
Oh yeah, Fight Club wouldn't be a top 10. I think we missed that the other day. We were talking about movies on the stream, and I think I missed that one.
Bottle Rocket.
Bottle Rocket, yeah, that is a good one. There's a big one you're missing that's more of a classic. There's a handful of classics that you're missing.
Okay, so Godfather.
Yep.
There's some other ones that you really like.
They're all saying
trying to
it.
think
They're
ones
saying
that
it in the
you
chat,
used to-
but you don't you can't see it. It's
But
great.
I can't see the chat, so I have to use my witchcraft in order to know what's going on. Let me think. Is it more classic movies?
Yeah,
or
it's a
like
little
comedy?
more classic. It's the more classic.
And it's a drama.
Who are the best? Who are my favorite directors? Who are some of the best directors? I mean, okay, for those following along at home, Anna doesn't remember actors' names, directors' names. She remembers the like dialogue
Yeah.
and the show and the stories and the all that, but she's immersed in the story. She doesn't really dive into the back, like who made
Yeah.
the thing.
That
So,
game Slowly is my like least favorite game ever because of that.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of what other movies like.
There's a really good
that
scary
we-
one that's at the top. It's more of a it's some people call it a horror, others call it a thriller.
Oh, The Shining.
Yeah, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that we covered all first date basics.
We covered a lot of first dates. Huh?
Like we talked about jobs job that I used to have. And
nobody,
movies we
no.
like.
By the way, nobody
Books, witchcraft.
Nobody was shocked when you said sorority. Nobody jumped in and was like, "Whoa, hold the phone." She was in a sorority? I mean, I guess some of these people are not from the U.S., so they're like, I don't know what a sorority is. But Trish is watching the stream.
Hi, Trish.
Trish is texting me.
Is she like, Michael, this is awful.
Michael,
what are you doing?
this is... No, never. That's not even Trish. I didn't know I did that voice for Trish. That's not.
I don't know why you did that. I don't know why I said Michael. Does she call you Michael?
She's called me Michael. Yeah, not often. Huh. No, Anna's sorority was not like a normal sorority. Not like what movie what movies do we think of with sororities? What are sorority movies? Clueless is not that's supposed to be high school, right?
Yeah.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are like sorority girls. That's like a comic version of like a sorority girl, right? Yours was sorority, like what movie or cast of characters were your girls?
Oh God, I don't know. Bridesmaids, maybe.
Bridesmaids. That's a good one. Good one.
I don't know.
What was the roller derby movie where they like? Oh shit!
I don't remember, but yes, but we always had low numbers for our sorority because we weren't good at being a sorority.
You guys, yeah, you really weren't you weren't a sorority.
We did a lot of fun things. Like that was down in Long Beach, so a lot of times we would just go up to the Sunset Strip and see whatever shows were playing that weekend. So I saw a lot of like small bands in small venues then. I don't know. We were very like anti-sorority maybe.
Yep.
We weren't good at it.
Oh, but you were good at being an anti-sorority.
Yes, we were. And I was really good at partying back then. We won't go into any of that.
She was. It is true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we've had
and on that note.
I think we've covered a lot. I'm looking for... I think I have to do even though it's getting a little late for my normal... Animal Crossing stream. I think I have to do one.
Okay, so it's 10:40 right now. Just so you know about your bedtime.
I know. Because FYI I'm usually I'm the one who's supposed to wake up with the kids and all that in the morning.
Because I am not a human. Until a little later.
10-ish?
I need a little extra time in the morning. I'm not a morning person.
9-ish. 9 to 10.
Yeah. Well, now, like when they were in regular school, I'd be up at 6:30 with everybody, 6:45. But like now that we don't have to get them in class,
I think we usually let you chill and like work your way up to. If I was taking the kids to school, sorry, I'm chewing ice. It's just very satisfying. Okay, I'm gonna do
you do mornings much better. I need a little more time in the morning to like wake up. I'm really good at late nights. I'm just not great at early mornings. And I appreciate you for taking the children in the morning.
We make a good team.
We do make a good team.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Because I don't mind getting up in the middle of the night, and I should say I actually hear in the middle of the night when somebody needs help. Whereas you usually just like sleep right through it. You're a great sleeper at night.
Until I'm not.
Well,
quarantine has really messed up my sleep. Yeah. I don't sleep
right now. Doesn't count.
Yeah, this is unusual sleep circumstances.
Yeah.
What I want to know is why anybody would be following. People are following the channel now. Now is the moment, Anna. When they were like, oh, this is going to happen on this channel, I will follow this channel. He is going to talk to his wife on this weird stream when they're just in separate rooms. I can almost hear you on this microphone from where you are.
I can definitely hear you from where I am.
I know.
In fact, there's a little delay. You talk, and then I hear it from my phone.
Yeah.
It's not bad, though. It's like maybe a second. It's not half a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I won't. I'm going to stream a little Animal Crossing, but not for long. Love you, boo.
Love you too. And then do you want me to just leave or do you want to shut it down on your side?
You can, I've closed your window on the screen, so you can.
Okay.
You can leave.
All right. I'm going to leave.
All right. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only Anna Shinoda.